so you went to Cam's gym.
Yeah, I went to the powerhouse at Upper Mount Gravatt there. It's fucking sick setup.
Mm.
They've used basically like hammer strength as like the base
Yeah, most gyms.
equipment that's through, which is good, man. Look, it's tried and proven over
It
fuck.
lasts.
Yeah,
Lasts.
and it's bulletproof. Like cunts can drop that shit, throw it, hit it with a truck, it'll work. But then they just got heaps of Watson and Panada through there.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, went and did quads with Viet, and yeah, it's
How,
good, man. Yeah.
how far of a drive was that for you?
Because it was a Saturday, I think I got there probably. Oh, look, it probably took about 45 minutes, but like it's in Westfield Shopping Centre, like on the outside.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where to go at the start. So you probably do about 35 minutes on a Saturday morning.
Oh, that's not bad. I drive half an hour to 35 minutes to go to legs every Saturday.
It's not too bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I'll next weekend I haven't got the kids again, so I'll go out there again,
Yeah.
have another crack. I'd like to go and do a chest or a back because they got heaps of different machines, and that'll be awesome. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get out there during the week or not.
How is
But
prep going? Strength holding up?
How many
fine,
weeks out are you now?
6 and 7.
Shit.
Yeah,
You're looking
That's
good.
gone fucking quick,
Yeah.
man.
so quick, hey, so quick. But
Whoa.
yeah, look, everything's fine. Like I did that calorie drop what about at 14 weeks, so 8 weeks ago, and it worked like fine. Like we were, it was tearing off, it was all good, so we just left it the same. And then when we checked this week, it slowed down. So it was when, oh well, fuck it, 6 weeks, let's go. Foot to the
Mm.
floor.
Have you had
I'm
any refeeds in or just been it can slow
on
down?
I do on a Friday because I changed the split. So like Mondays chest shoulders tries, Tuesdays mid back and buys, Wednesdays hammies, Thursdays rest, and then I eat a high day on Friday, and then I make Friday lats and chest, and Saturday quads.
Mm.
So just any food that I do eat's going towards areas I want to keep
Yeah.
the fullest while I get to this point. So at the moment, I'm enjoying that split. You know, yeah, it's something different. I've only done it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and yeah, have the high day on Friday, which is fine. Yeah, it doesn't bother me going through the weekend low or anything. But just getting that habit back of sort of the amount of walking, like the amount of steps getting higher and higher and higher. Like you sort of realize the time budget on it. You
Mm.
forget,
Hmm.
like because I started at like say 8,000 steps a day at whatever week's out, and
Yeah.
then just each week I go up by 500 as an average, and so that way I'm at sort of, well now I'm averaging 12 and a half. I think I might leave it there. I think I'll be fine with that amount of movement and like fitting it in my day without it becoming a big nuisance
A
and fucking
burden.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
going for walks at night when you should be fucking having a shower, getting Aussie
Uh,
coats in
Yeah.
and
there's,
resting. Yeah.
there's nothing worse than what Cam was saying last week when you have like you say you've done a walk, but you need more steps in like those aimless walks. Sometimes they're so annoying.
They're
You're like, why
pointless.
am I walking?
I know that if I do my lap around my block in the morning and then I go to Paradise Point and do that lap, if I do those two in a day and then just live my life, if there's got any shopping or training or anything, I know I'm going to be north of 12,000.
Mm.
So I don't really have to think. I just sort of check at the end of the day and just see, and then just like maybe while I'm cooking dinner, I'll walk around the kitchen bench and get another 500 up or something. If it like some days, like last week when it was 12,000 average, so some days you're like 11,2.
Mm.
You go like, oh, all right, I'll walk around dinner. I was like 11,8. You're like, all right, fine. Well, tomorrow I've got shopping. I've got whatever, and then that tomorrow you do whatever 12,800 instead. So as
Mm.
long as at the end of the week I'm somewhere around that average, I'm good.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know that like not each step is equal either. So
If you're slothing it
yeah.
versus you fucking marching it out, they're very different. Hilly terrains, like everywhere I'm going is quite flat.
Yeah.
So, like, other people live and they're walking up and down hills, and that's completely different.
Yeah, because
Even walking down a hill.
you went for a 4,000 step walk. That's something like you said, way different if you're walking up a hill.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly
the equivalent to like 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
And 4,000 steps for a 100-kilo man and 4,000 steps for a 60-kilo girl are completely different.
That's another thing.
Like, you even look up the research on just wearing a 20-kilo vest and going for a walk, and it increases fat fucking burning by like up to 25% or something.
Yeah, because I know the natural community for a while, I think it was a couple of years ago now, they put on a weight vest, and every time they lose weight, they put that on the vest. So they're always walking around at their original weight. But to me, that stuff, I can't.
Again, this is what was said just before. It's overcomplicating just a very simple process. Like, getting shredded means eating much. Like, getting shredded is much like, I mean, the deficits we go in are like 1.5, 2,000, 2,500 calories from just our maintenance. Like, if my maintenance 3.6 and I've dropped it down now to like 1,450, that's 2,200 calories. And then, like, say, like,
that's a fuckload. That's a lot. That's a lot of food.
Yeah, like the 2,200 under. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
A lot.
it's fucking mental. And but it's all relative. Like, say, it's like, oh, I'm still eating 3,500. I'm like, yeah, but you eat 6,500 in the off season. I only max out at like 47. So when you look at it, it all equates evenly, But apart from that, I like the look. I've got more in the lats this time, which is super cool because, we'll see. Hopefully it holds on at that last 2 weeks when you're really dialed in, hopefully. But that's really cool. I like that if I can keep that. And the waist looks a bit smaller this time.
That's good.
Yeah. So those two things.
That's a huge plus.
That's a huge.
So because your waist looks smaller, do you think that's why your lats look bigger?
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah,
Is that
that's
just an
the question you're
illusion?
going to ask. You're like, because the lats are better this time, is it making the waist look smaller?
Yeah.
Or is there just a couple of mil better lats, a couple of smaller waist, and then you're like, okay, it's looking it. But things like an ab and thigh has much more dramatic, like, X-frame to it, which is really cool. The front double, the front lat, like, everything's good. It's just that side tricep. I suck at a side tricep, bro.
Is that flexibility?
No, I just don't find my physique. I really struggle. Like, when I'm in the side chest, I think because you're like all squeezing up and everything, I can keep that glute up tight and let the hammy hang.
Yeah.
But when I'm in the side tricep, soon as I squeeze, and your arms covering the side, I hit the side tricep and I really lock down my obliques, I lose the glutes and the glutes just fall out and shit. You're like, oh, fuck. So I just one that there's a bit of coordination with letting some muscles on and off and all that sort of stuff that I'm not quite getting in that shot, that I need to maybe play with foot position or something, or just a little bit different setup. But
and it might come when you get a bit leaner too. You don't know.
It might, it might.
Like, don't forget. Like, there's a reason for everyone who's listening. There's a reason why we preach pose, because your posing in your off season is completely different to your posing in your when you're in prep.
What you can get away with when you're full. With amazing lat spread, and you're like, well, I'm about 6. Like, you pose like that when you're lean, eh?
No.
Same as, like, there's a reason why us big boys don't even do side tricep in our updates in the off season, because we can't even reach.
Look, in the off season, I can hit it, but it's so much harder.
Doesn't matter.
It's so much harder. It's not funny.
Trying to twist around, it's so hard to do a side tricep in the off season. I struggle so much.
You do? Yeah.
Just to reach the hands around the body.
Fucking hell. The kids laugh because you can't scratch your back. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
Do you remember that thing that you used to do like this behind your back and grab your hands?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I used to do that easy. Like that. Now, forget it.
1.5 feet between my fucking hands.
Yeah.
My torso's only 2 foot long. It's fucking good.
You can't even do it.
Worse than mine.
Can you see that?
Yeah, yours is worse than mine. I'm pretty bad, but that's fucking. Oh, fuck. But apart from that, energy's fucking sweet.
That's it. Every guest we get on here now,
Has to do
we
that
have to
test.
see if they can do that.
I'll fucking try. Wait up. I'm too close.
I don't reckon I can do it, but you go first, Sam.
Can you even see my back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's not-
that's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Keep
about, I'd
close.
say a foot,
Yeah.
a good foot.
For a torso that's only a foot and a half long,
That's
it's not
a
bad.
good ruler. Yeah.
I
You
think it'll
try.
get closer than that.
You
I don't know if
try.
I can do it in my bung shoulder. Probably can.
Oh shit.
Oh shit,
Oh
that's
shit.
like an inch.
That's
Yeah.
hey, I like that hoodie.
Yeah, that I got that embroidered.
Yeah. I'll have to get one.
Oh, you're close. It's
Have
like
you-
it's like an inch.
Oh,
If
that
I didn't
way-
have a bung shoulder,
that's literally like an inch or less.
Yeah.
That's fucking close.
I can't go the other way. Don't ask me to go the
That's
other
good.
way.
If you grew your nails longer, you can fucking get that.
That's good mobility for her shoulder size.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's my
You've got
bung
good
shoulder at the
shoulders.
moment. Okay.
But no, energy's good. Strength's good. Really no hits taken. But I did adopt.
Sleep?
Sorry.
Are you
Sleep.
sleeping?
I tend to wake up about 2:30, and I'll sit awake for about an hour, and then I get about another 2+ hours. So I'm still getting about 6 hours a night. But yeah, I have this weird patch in the middle of the night.
It's broken. Yeah.
Yeah, which for me is an improvement. Like
Are you
that's
waking up because you're hungry though? Or
uh,
is it more of a mental?
well, we'll see. We'll see. I've adopted the help of a new substance.
Mm.
I don't know what it's called. Wait up. I'll get it up.
Sleep.
Oh, okay.
It's called. Oh, come on. Where are you? Come up with it before.
What prescription
Yeah.
drug?
Monjaro.
Isn't Monjaro Ozempic?
It's not. It's the same family. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
same family.
But,
But it's a brand or something.
No. It's a new product. It's got 2 actions instead of 1. Or, yeah, I don't know. But honestly,
Or just episode.
it's
Episode?
no. It's Monjaro. It's a different. It's not any one of those. It's a different. They've thought of a way to make 2 actions instead of just like slowing gastric emptying. It still does that, but not as much. But it does another action, and it's basically the biggest thing is mental. Like, and I had no idea how much I was fighting thoughts of food. I had it's just we've done it. I've done it for 16 shirts. So what? I've done it for say 8 preps, 9 preps. It's just that's part of it. I put it in yesterday, and today I haven't thought about food once. Like I'm fine. I'll sit down, enjoy my meal. No appetite suppressant, but the mental clarity. Like I just went in Macca's and bought a black coffee, and you start doing like mental Tetris with like, oh, I wonder how many calories if I got a cheese and ham pocket. None.
Yeah, so it's basically like when you're in the off season, you're having enough food.
Yeah, you just
Think about food.
yeah.
I don't think about food at all.
In the off season, you don't think about food.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's no food
You
thought.
start unfollowing all the pages again,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I didn't that's what I said to like Logan and V and that. I said I had no idea how fucking consuming it was because it's just we've done it so many times until today. I went like I feel just like a different human being. Like it's not. I can't describe it in words. It's fucking insane. So yeah, I mean, I ate the high day with it yesterday. Did nothing to stop wanting to just eat my food. Nothing.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate about. That's one thing that kills me in the reverse and off season is like, that's why I'm not staying too lean because I just like I hate being food focused.
That's
I
why I
don't-
can't reverse. I'm terrible at it. Last
I
time
can
I was better.
Yeah, you
But
handle it during prep, but I don't want to be doing it year round.
yeah, no. And like this is the thing, like I got 1 pen, which will give me 8 weeks. Plus when the pen's finished, there's actually another 2 weeks in there. You just got to pull out the insulin syringe. So it'll give me this 6 weeks till the show. I won't take it. I'll just go overseas without it.
Yeah.
And then when I come home, I'll have 4 weeks to reverse with it and just stick to good, clean food. Yeah, just fucking, I'll just eat these meals, but at 2,800 for fucking a week, and then I'll go to 3,200 for a week, and then by then I'll after those 4 weeks or whatever, I'll be over it. I'll be off it. So, yeah, the reverse is the part I'm most excited about because I'm like you. If I go past the bakery, I just want a brownie, man. It's hard. So I'll do my.
It's only human.
I know. I'll eat my nice little meals. That's good. And I'll go get a coffee for work, and I'll get a brownie and a croissant. Fuck while I'm here. It's so hard. So I really want to do this properly and just grow as much as possible. So I think setting up the reverse and getting back to maintenance in good condition is going to be a big key to that.
That's what's good about sort of holding our show because after nationals I held to Romania for 8 weeks lean, and then Japan because I knew we were getting married when we got back to Australia. So then I was in Japan, and then we're back in Adelaide. Then we flew to Melbourne, and then we finally got married. And I stayed within 10 kilos of stage weight for like 3-4 months.
Because he had to fit in his wedding clothes.
Yeah, exactly. I had to fit in.
That was,
and the ring doesn't fit me in the off season.
No, GH figures.
Yeah. So yeah, I reckon that made a heaps different because now, at 120 last season, I look fat as. Now at 125, still got lines in my legs.
Yeah. I've said that. I say it to clients, it's just I've got to like 96 kilos like 3 off seasons in a row. But the first time I did it, I probably would have been near 15%. The last time I did it, I was like 10%. Like you don't always have to get bigger if you're building muscle.
Yeah.
That's
what Cam was telling me last week. He's like, stop trying to get heavier. I'm like, yeah, but I need to get somewhat heavier. I want to be heavier on stage. I said, I'm not capped.
Yeah. Well, look, I was 96 kilo, competed at 81.4. Then I was 96 kilo again, competed at 84.5.
Yeah.
I was 96 kilos the last one, competed at 89.9. So yeah, I haven't.
That's
I've surpassed 96, but I haven't like lived there for 3 months and been I've hit in the 99s, but it's like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I started this prep. So I think next time I will. I think there's enough muscle there now to where by the time we fill it up properly would be say early 90s.
Yeah.
And then with Phil and then just body fat back to that 10% mark. I think that'll probably put me around the 98, 99 on its own.
Yeah.
And then we could push from there. But I'm going to steal Cam's idea, which obviously Dean does with him, and break up the off season in like 2 12-week blocks of pushing. I think that suits my personality a lot more to have a bit of a deadline to just stick to that high food for an extended period. Because if I don't have a deadline and that, I just get over the food. Don't eat enough.
Yeah.
I was struggling. I wanted to push for 12, but after 8 hours, the food was too high. I was just, I didn't want it anymore.
Fuck yeah.
You get sick of it, man, because you have to do sweet foods to have high carb. But when you're doing 200 carbs a meal, then I just get sick of sweet food. And it's the savory stuff I want to eat. It's too filling to eat 200 carbs. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's me. If I have the fats, say, over even say 60 to 70, I'm just full. I need to be basically in a prep where my fats are at that 60, and then I can eat 550, 600 grams of carbs a day. But if my fats are at 90 because I have one treat, one brownie or something, that's it. I won't get dinner in or nothing. I'm fucked.
Yeah, because my fat started going up to 120, so still under body weight, but I just hit a bad wall. And now I've sort of kept because my carbs are at like 950, 1,000, but now the carbs are at 800, 850, and I've dropped it to like 80 fat, and I'm hungry again.
Yeah, good. That's probably actually and that's still more than enough to still grow on as well.
Yeah, I've been losing. I've come off for like 4 weeks because doing a small face because of that appetite wall. I'm not no point pushing drugs, but I've lost 7 kilos.
Yeah, right. Pistol that out.
So I'm like, I need to get back. And that's back on TRT now this week. But I didn't think I'd drop that much. I was like, I'm back in 120s.
So how long are you going to TRT for? Or are you just going to blood test in 6 weeks or something? And have a
No,
look?
I just did blood. I just did a blood test. But on right at the end, when all my compounds were the highest, and all my bloods are fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
so I'll probably only have one more week of this or something because I need to. If I want to get a 12-week mass in and to do season A, I've got to start now.
Yeah.
Because I ended that one short, I'm gonna this health phase can be shorter because I wasn't
Yeah.
on the drugs that long.
Yeah. So what? If you did 12 weeks now, then you stop that push
I've
just
got eight, I've got an
for
8-week maintenance before a 20-week prep
yeah.
or 8-week health phase.
Perfect. I like that. I like that. For
That's what
sure.
I aim for.
And
Because
what about
apparently,
you,
what's that?
Sabina?
You don't have your plans yet, really.
No.
She's starting math. Well, you starting to put the cams back in next week, aren't you?
Yeah, so we've done a
Yeah.
mini cut and I've dropped 6 kilo.
Which is a good percent for her body weight.
Very.
So I've leaned up again. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure it's next week, either Monday or Thursday. It'll probably be Monday.
Yeah.
We'll start to push again, and we'll do that 12-week push block again because I only made 11 weeks last time.
Shit, you were right there though. That is close.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, what
pretty
did you
close.
touch 80 or 79? 79?
78.5.
It's fucking heavy. It's
Yeah,
fucking
I can't.
Sam, I can't throw her around the bedroom, that's for sure.
No, 80 kilos of fucking that's a lot.
That's a workout.
But because you're shorter than me, aren't you? Or we're
I'm
similar?
5'2".
Yeah, so 2 inches shorter than me and Cam. That's fucking jacked, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I was very full. Yeah.
What happened to
So-
your shoulder?
She was over food as well. She's like, fuck this.
Yeah, off it.
I started drinking like Ribena and everything.
Yeah, just trying to get it in.
Yeah.
And what happened to your shoulder?
I think it was an old injury a couple of years ago.
Mm.
I think and the physio thinks it's 100, like almost like 80% contributing to the way I'm sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you a side sleeper or
scapular
something?
plane is not going on the plane it should when it wants to move, my scapula.
Yeah.
Then affecting my trap, which is then also affecting my front delt.
Are you a side sleeper or?
I'm a side sleeper.
Because I've adopted a bit more side, and Michaela, my physio girl, said that like she was looking at my left shoulders all. She's like, maybe it's how you sleep even. And I went, actually, when I watch movies in bed before I fall asleep, I'm laying on that left side. I went, fuck, am I? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a very, very dominant right side sleeper. Like I won't fall asleep any other way, and I won't particularly move during the night either.
Yeah, right.
My pillow's all set up for me to sleep, so.
And he's there as well.
Well, he doesn't move, but
I'm like you, Sam. I'm a left. I always
Yeah.
my left. But like, if I'm a bit high or something, the only time I can fall asleep on my back, and no matter what, every time I wake up, I'm back on my arm. I'm like, fuck. This is my body just goes there. What's that?
Have you had this?
yeah.
What's that?
That's the fizzy stuff, isn't
Oh,
it?
fizzy. Yeah, it's fizzy.
That's fucking sick, this shit. It's like $1.50, cheap
Yeah,
as
it'd be
fuck.
cheap too. Yeah.
And it's like, it's unreal. What do you got?
Creamy soda.
I love creamy soda. Wait, like just Woolies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some of that tomorrow.
10 pack.
Yeah, that's cheap stuff
10 pack.
too.
It's cheap.
What? How much for a 10 pack?
I don't know.
Because Kirk's is cheap.
If you get on special, it's like $7.50.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, Kirk's is cheap.
Yeah, that's good. I love a good old creamy soda.
Sometimes I love it as well, like 3 days old. I like it. It goes a bit smoother and sweeter. I'll keep it in the
Oh,
fridge.
you like it flattened out?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, wow. There you go. Do you like?
And going back to the sleeping thing, yeah.
Oh,
So the physio, because I'm a dominant sleeper.
Mm.
So for the past 3 days, I think it is 3 nights, I've been
really trying to sleep.
really honing in on either sleeping on my back or sleeping on this side, and it's done wonders.
Yeah.
It's done huge wonders because
Wow.
I really snuggle in
Yeah.
this way, and it obviously gets all caught when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
So
Look,
Yeah,
it makes sense. If
you
you're
get-
Yeah,
stuck
like
in
if you're in
position
that
for
position for
Oh,
6 or 7 hours,
right,
yeah.
our body, all of us body weight sleeping on our shoulders, that's a lot.
that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, we're heavy compared to what we're supposed to be if we
Oh,
did
yeah.
this.
Have you ever have you ever you sit in a chair, you put your feet on a puff or something or a footstool, and you go to get up, say half an hour, and you're and because your hamstrings have been stretched for so long.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like
just
it's
in
like
that
that,
position
and
of
that's just like half an hour. So imagine doing that for like 8 hours.
Well, when you're a kid and you're in the classroom, you're sitting on the floor and you lean your hand, you go to get up, you can't move your wrist.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, you do
Because we're
that
so
with
focused, you know.
80 or 90 or 120 kilos on a joint that's not supposed to be stuck like that.
No, yeah, that's right. And you're unconscious, so you don't move, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So no, it makes sense. I'm going to try a new pillow.
Oh,
Are you cramped?
ah, ah,
Fuck yeah.
ah, oh, oh, fuck. Oh, straighten it out. Oh,
Fucking hell.
fuck it out, hamstring. Oh, it's tight.
I never get them that bad.
Oh,
I haven't, my abs were nearly going today while training, but they were just like flickering at me. I'm like, oh, I got to be careful. If I bend over, pick something up, they're going to go. And
yeah, I've done that.
away. And at the start of that walk, I did just then, because I trained quads today, I could feel all the VMOs. But
Yeah.
because you're still stepping, you can get it out. But by the
You
next
get it,
step, it
that's
comes
right.
back. It lasted probably about 5-6 minutes. Probably lasted about 5-6 minutes and then went away.
Let's stand up for a minute, I reckon.
Yeah, we spoke about, you've had the full gooch cramp, haven't you? Have you had
Yeah,
that?
I've had groins and stuff. That's those abs though, like you said, I've done like a cable crunch, heavy cable crunch, gone to pick up my drink. One of the abs go, you're like,
and you've just got one ab just out like 2
Yeah.
inches. You're like, what the fuck?
that's
Ab
yeah.
cramps are bad. I've had the adductors cramp. I was terrible. That one scared the fuck out of me. That one.
When was that? What was happening?
Yeah, mate, just wrapped around some fella.
Yeah.
No, that was when I used Matt Jansen.
Oh yeah.
You send all your photos, and I'll design a training program. And I've got all these adductors in there, and I'm like, if there's one thing that stands out in my fucking photos, is that I don't need adductors, surely. But I'm like, oh well, maybe he knows something. And so I went and trained adductors for the first time ever in my life. Lifted like 2 plates because they were so weak.
Yeah.
They'd never done anything specific, and they were burning. They were full. Oh, great! Did my workout that night. The left one, I put the kids to bed, and on the couch, the left one went. Oh my fucking god! It was fucking like I thought it was going to tear off the bone, and then as I was trying to get that one out, the right one went about half as bad. Like, and I was fucking scared. I'm like, I'm about to rip these cunts clean apart. Like, I was fucking, and
What
it
do you-
lasted.
What do you normally do to get rid of the cramps?
I like to stretch them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and then just breathe. And I noticed once I stop freaking out and my breathing goes normal, it starts to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the start, like you just got like, and it just stays on.
I did legs today, so obviously my hamstrings.
That's
done.
because it'd be so easy if you got a cramp like that to hold your breath.
Yeah,
Hold your breath during a set. You know, it'd be so easy to hold your breath.
it seems it's just a reaction. Yeah, it cramps up and you just like start grunting and gritting.
I tell you what, after back day, in the off season, if I have to take a shit after back day, I reach around, I get lat cramps.
Yeah,
Yeah, bad.
I reckon I've had a lat cramp, but I'm trying to think. I reckon I have felt what that feels like before, but
Because I'm shortening the muscles so much to try and reach around because I'm so big. I'm like,
just
and
take
the lats gets the short
off
position.
the roll holder. I just take it off a roll holder and hold the roll.
Yeah, but it's the reaching around.
So mine's next to me. It's pretty good.
No, that's fine. It's when I'm reaching the wire.
Oh, wiping your ass.
I can't. I go to reach my lat because I'm contracting my lat. It cramps up.
It's fine. You got some shitty paper in your hand.
Yeah. And I'm like, babe, she's just like, I'm not wiping it. Have a shower.
Back off, go. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, right. That's
I love you that much.
No, I've definitely not done I've definitely not had it while wiping my ass before. I've noticed like little things like probably probably for the last year I must have reached a size where like yeah, like just getting the
Oh
seatbelt
yeah,
in the off season. Like now you just
yeah,
it's
now, yeah.
good. But in the off season you and the kids fucking the kids laugh at me, man.
Yeah.
Because you just
She
don't
hears me
like
make all
getting
my
off the
unwanted
couch.
noises. You
Getting
make
off the
unwanted
couch.
noises.
Like involuntary noises. He
Yeah.
didn't realize it's like trying to turn to check his
Like,
blind spot or turn the steering wheel and he makes all these involuntary noises.
Yeah, the blind spot checking, you actually have to physically turn now.
You
Yeah.
have to turn, you
Yeah,
can't
you're
turn your
like,
head.
oh, fuck.
You're trapped in the way. Yeah.
But yeah, just little things now, and you start to realize, like, okay, like? What does a guy like Nick Walker?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
when he's full blown off season, he's 300 pounds
Mm.
and he's 5'7". Like, fuck, man.
I know.
All those little things
That's
that
why we get hip problems because we waddle everywhere.
we do.
We can't take big steps, therefore our legs push each other out and we walk we do the penguin walk because we're sort of you
Yeah.
know
And because your lats are there, you don't mean to, but your arms are a few inches out off your body.
yeah,
So your weight's further apart.
yeah.
We're training legs twice a week, so they're always kind of sore, so we don't do that. And then the thighs rub together. So yeah, we do create a lot of fucking problems on
I
ourselves.
know. I'm starting to really love wearing leg tights for because
Yeah.
after leg day, because you don't get chafing. So I know why girls wear leg tights all the time now. They're comfortable.
I feel so sexy when I have a pair of tights on too.
Yeah, me too, because you got good legs.
Linda.
I literally said that to her today. Didn't know about you.
It does.
I feel sexy. I feel sexy in my tights.
The first time I ever wore tights, I said exactly what you said. I said, I know why girls wear these all the time. This is
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
No, they're comfortable. They show off your legs.
It's fucking, yeah, your legs do look
You
better.
need to make sure that the t-shirts just
Longer than
Long-
the
yeah.
junk.
Yeah.
You gotta have a long
Yeah,
tee.
the t-shirt has to cover the junk at the front.
Yeah, and that's the good thing. Also, a lot of
Not
bodybuilders
a ballet performance.
have an affinity with oversized shirts and stuff, so we're pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And I'm so short, like that yeah, the shirts hang down enough. But
It's funny though because the legs look good with tight stuff on, but the upper body looks good with loose stuff on.
yes, you look bigger
Your
with a
legs
baggy
look bigger
shirt
with
on.
tight, but your upper body looks bigger with loose.
Yeah, 100%. Every time, like I wear, say, one of the Gasp shirts, they're really big because you buy triple XL TMJs
Mm.
and you're like, oh yeah, triple XL oversized. So I went and ordered a heap of Gasp. I went, triple XL oversized. Along comes the American sizes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
And
huge.
it's
What size
so
is this?
big.
What size is this?
I can't reach.
It'd probably be a triple oversized. Would it be oversized with that sweat pattern?
Yeah.
3XL.
Yeah. And like they're so big. So you go in the gym and everyone's like, fuck, Jesus, bro, you fucking put on a bit. I'm like, same as yesterday. I said, some big shirts, man. Wear a baggy shirt, you look huge.
I got a Derrimer 5XL t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a jumper. That fits. When he first gave it to me, he was swimming in it. Now it's starting to fit.
Oh, I saw that video.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the TMJs. Like they're still too big, but they're starting to look good. You're like, this is all right. Yeah. This is good. Next off season, hopefully it fits like it's just a nice loose shirt with heaps of rooting, like body room. And that'll be an achievement.
It's good. Yeah, because I reckon by the time I hit 130, this will be good fit on me.
I think if I can be, say, 100 at, say, 10%, yeah, that'll be. And then, say, if I just try and push and be an asshole for a bit and I get, say, that 103, 104, and I'm more like 12%, if I can hold that, if I can reach that for the first 12-week block, and then in the second 12-week block, get back there within 3 or 4 weeks and hold that for like 8 weeks, we might, have like some good tissue. If I could put on, say, 3 kilo in a year, get one of those 3 kilo years out again, I would be over the moon.
Yeah, because you've got no problem with losing fat like me. It's putting on the muscle that's hard.
It seemed to, once I reached the 80, it flew up to this point, not too bad. But I didn't have long enough break between the Olympia and this. So it's hard to
Yeah.
say if it will let me do it again. And, you know, like next time you could be 92 or something on stage. And it's like, all right, now you can actually start, you know, getting looked at seriously instead of going, hey, like, great physique, great conditioning.
More size.
Yeah, more.
Yeah. Yeah, more
It'd be good
size.
it'd be good if you can reach your, sit around your cap your last shows before you retire.
Yeah, well, I want to. I'll definitely do a handful of open shows before I retire, but that's the goal. The realistic goal is to be at the cap, be 96 kilos, peeled at 3.5%, you know,
Mm.
and then the other goal that would be, look, if you can stay healthy, you go, I'd love to be 100 on stage.
Yeah. You
That's
are.
going to take about another 5-6 years though, so we'll see.
It is,
Never
but
say never,
you know what
though.
though? It take, you know what? Nothing's impossible because
Yeah.
when I started, I did my first natural show. I was 60 kilos on stage. I was the smallest one there by 10 kilos, and I'm like, I never want to be the smallest one again.
Yeah,
You know, 8 years later, or no, 7 years later, I'm 102 on stage.
yeah.
And the first time I hit 100 kilo in the off season, I was a muffin. You know, like you got to keep pushing up. And you know, I never thought I'd ever get to that stage weight. You know, I was thinking just even from hitting that weight in off season, and I was like, man, look like a puff on my age. How am I going to get stage weight of this? But it happens. You just keep doing consistency, and it happens.
Exactly. And look, that's why I have it as a goal. The only thing that will stop it from happening is health.
Health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Age.
And-
Yeah.
Well,
Age and health, which I guess falls under that same bracket, but
Yeah.
that'll be like, because as long as I stay healthy and lifting, I'll get there.
Mm.
You might be able to, I might adopt this real reverse and real off season for the first time ever and explode. Your body might have been going, just finally, cunt. We've wanted you to take it serious for 7 years now, you know. We'll see. We'll see.
You just have to come live with me. I'll put you on a Lee Priest bolt.
Fuck yeah, you watch me. Oh, you watch me eat one cheeseburger and I'm full for a day.
My normally Macca's meals, I do four cheeseburgers with double patties and a large fries.
If I wanted to do like a big meal like that and say like get one Big Mac, one McCrispy, 4 cheeseburgers and a nuggets or something, I'd fast till lunch. I'd eat it all for lunch and I wouldn't eat for the rest of the day.
Nah, you got to eat all your meals and that on top.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have it for me. Fuck no. Fuck no. It wouldn't happen. I'm too terrible with the fats high. I love my shitty food. I do, but I've just got to sit there and go, look, these 12-week blocks, let's do it for real.
Mm.
Let's just prep.
Because do you hit appetite walls though when you're trying to push weight?
Yeah, but it's never been 95% clean.
Yeah. But I don't think you can do clean food. Like you need those few cheat meals. But like I said, I only eat my Macca's at last meal because otherwise, like you said, it fucks digestion. If I have that meal at the end,
it doesn't bother me about using things like LCM bars or a bagel or an apple cinnamon roll from Baker's Delight and that, but it's the brownies and the cookies and the fucking chocolate ice cream, McDonald's, KFC. Yeah, it's the obvious junk. As soon as I have that, the fats are too high and then I'm just too full.
Yeah.
But that's what I'll do. Like even through that 12-week push, I'll have one shitty meal a week. As current kids will, what do you want to do? So like if they want to go out for Italian, sweet. If they want Macca's, sweet, just whatever. And one meal a week, I'll hook in and I'll enjoy my shitty food.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for that 12 weeks,
that sounds like you're not enjoying your shitty food. That also sounds like to me you're enjoying the experience with your kids.
No. Like that's the
as well. Like it's like almost like sounds
oh,
like
100%. Yeah. But I do enjoy the I do enjoy eating something shitty, but then I'll let them pick what we're having.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's like, hey, let's go watch a movie. All right, while we're at a movie, let's do something, you know, like you get your chocolate bars and your bullshit, you know. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm really, really actually keen to I think having the pro cards really it's put a lot of weight on my shoulders to be an example, and I actually really enjoy that. I like being an example. I enjoy that. Yeah. So I've always enjoyed that. So that's why I enjoy like being a dad so much and that. I Like when they stress out about things, hey guys, okay, you dropped it, broke it, just clean it up, fix.
Yeah.
Don't stress. Like it's sort of, and then when you drop something, you're like, ah, fuck. Like you've in that moment that you break something or you do something, you have to react immediately as you're teaching. Like, because if they see you lose it and then go, oh, well, they're like, yeah, see, dad can't even do it,
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not going to absorb that information. So you have to be immediate with your reaction of, what you're trying to teach. And so that's one of the aspects of coaching I like the most is like, don't do as I say, do as I do.
Yeah.
That's what my dad always used to say. Do as I say, not as I do.
Like what I say could be whatever, as human beings, you can't be trusted 100% of the time. You might be just trying to get a point across to a client because they're being non-compliant or something. But then if they just always see you, doing what you say, then it's a much better example.
Not only that, like the older people understand though, like every situation is different. Like what we can get away with because of our muscle mass is different. What other young, earlier client get away with. Like things are different for different people. Like they're like, oh, you let him do it. I'm like, yeah, but he can do it.
He's jacked.
Focus on yourself. Yeah.
He's jacked and he's on sauce. You're natty and not jacked.
That's the comparison thing. You can never compare yourself to someone else. Like if you can't do something, then you can't do it. Don't think about why other people can't.
Yeah, fucking oath. Fucking oath. I can't play basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible.
Um,
Hey, I went and watched the new what's it? Final Destination.
Oh yeah, you are Horace.
Yeah, it was good. It was shitty, but it's meant to be shitty, so it was good entertainment. Like a bit of a laugh, but I'm gonna go watch Mission Impossible tomorrow, the last one. Take
Oh
myself
yeah, that'd be good.
hot date.
That'll always be a standard movie.
Yeah, I like the Mission Impossibles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go watch the last one tomorrow. Go get my big fucking Coke Zero that I get when I'm in the gold class. Fucking.
Sometimes.
how many times do you have to go to the toilet though? Fucking hell.
The movie's 3 hours.
Yes.
Wow.
And then
So
trailers. Is that with trailers?
No, the movie's 3 hours. No, the actual movie itself's 3 hours. So I'm gonna pee right at the start. Then I'm hoping I can do 1 hour, and pee at the end. So I'll need 2 pee breaks. But I did that at John Wick. I think John Wick was the last one was nearly 3 hours. And I was drinking my big Coke and fucking I was busting. And I realized there was a pattern where it was this fight scene that lasts like fucking 20 minutes with people dying everywhere. And then they would leave that and go somewhere and talk quietly for 5 minutes to set up the next 20-minute fight scene.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm watching people fight. There's people dying. It's all great action. I'm like, all I'm thinking about is like, cool, can you just hurry up and finish this? Because I need a piss. And then it's like, let's go. Off goes Nananu, and I'm quickly run off for a piss and fucking come back before the next one.
Why don't they just build cinemas with a little men's or unisex one toilet in each cinema?
Especially in gold class.
Yeah, but no gold class. That's what I mean.
Yeah, especially there. You just have one little cubicle by the door. But you wouldn't like some can't go in and just drop a steamer from hell and just fuck the cinema up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right, come on. You can't do that in here.
Maybe that's why.
In Empire, there's a little toilet because there's all the way by the entrance is the only toilets. But then at the back where the leg room is just one boys and one girl. And you can't shit in there because, like, if it's not good, it just seeps out to the leg room. And some days, like, you walk in the gym, you go down the stairs to the leg room and just, fuck, someone's fucking had a mad shit.
I think for the air freshness.
Oh.
Or just don't use that toilet. Like.
Yeah, not for a shit. Walk out to the front one.
That's right.
Did I tell you? Fuck. This is probably maybe nearly a year ago. I was busting for a shit and I was going into Harbour Town and I was like, it just got to the point, when your body senses the toilet's getting closer.
Mm.
It's getting it. So I just fucking went and I seen the signs and I went down the hallway, turned in, busted past a cleaning lady, get in the toilet, shut the door, unload all hell. And then I just hear about 3 cubicles down, just and then like full grunty, like fucking everything carrying on. And then I lit and I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm like, that sounds a bit feminine. And I'm like, wait a minute. That
Oh,
was the cleaner I barged past. I've just ran straight into the women's dunnies and just took a massive shit in Harbourtown. There's a woman like 2 cubicles down, just exploding the toilet. Because then all of a sudden I hear these women come in and use the toilets and start talking in the hair base. And I'm like, fuck, I've got to get out of here somehow. So yeah, cleaned up and then quickly, when I was done, just quickly fucking didn't even wash the hands, just walked out, went across the hall to the boys' dunnies and washed my hands, just got out of there as quick as possible.
That's funny. I know it's funny though. It's like when you're on home, you're driving home, you go busting a toilet. So as soon as you get inside, you start like it's real urgent because it knows you're that close to the toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets worse the closer you get. What is my phone off?
And say you're lying down or something, or sitting down doing something, then you might stand up just to walk somewhere and it all of a sudden hit you. You're like, oh shit, I've got to go to the toilet. Because I do that heaps. I'll be sitting in my digger, working away, and I'm like, oh, can you help me with this? I'll go to get out. As soon as I stand up, oh shit, I need to go to the toilet. He's like, yeah, it just hits you when you stand up.
Yeah, fucking A. That was bad. Shitting in the girls' dunnies. But it was just hilarious that there was a woman down just fucking hell. It
Well,
was
these
hilarious.
days, you just said you identify as a woman.
Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me, I need to go poopies. Nah, that was a good one. I'll forget about that story.
Someone actually came up to me at the gym today and said they love the podcast.
Yeah, somebody commented they sent me a screenshot when it was just you and Cam, and they said every week, brother. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that is cool.
We don't see getting a question. Someone said, "Sure, you're doing season A." I don't know. I possibly. I don't know. Not 100%.
Is that your that's your loose plan right now?
Yeah, look,
yeah.
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 Oh, it depends like how I look after the next mass. Like if I don't feel like I've got where I need to be, I'm not going to compete again.
Somebody's knocking on the door. I can't be fucked.
Oh yeah, I'll do the mass and then see what happens. But ideally, I'd like to time a prep with her. Sort of close. So if we're traveling for her, I want to try sneaking an overseas show as well.
Yeah, fucking oath. And where do you want to go, Sabina? Where would you like to go?
We were looking at Tampa, Texas, Chicago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
With Cam next year.
but
Will he
yeah,
do the same
okay,
again
could be-
next year, will he?
Adam?
Well,
Will
possibly.
he do the same ones
Sure.
next year again, would he?
He might. Depends. That's because he knows he likes to say he gets. What did he get third the first time? Say he gets second this time. We want to go try to get first and better those results because they're sort of the same competitors every year. But he might want to do a Europe show. But if he does do those shows, we'll go with him.
Yeah. No,
It's
I
just
get
good
his
'cause
theory.
they're all a week within each other. So you got Chicago next weekend, Tampa next weekend,
Yeah, but
Texas.
next year will be different. Might be different.
Yeah, but they might be different.
And what months are they? Like July, August or something?
August.
Yeah, it's like June. They're all in June, I think. Those shows. No, it's all in June.
No, because June's next month.
No.
Is
Must
it?
be more July, August.
Yeah.
Toronto's in June.
Or maybe it's July, August. Maybe it's July.
Could be July.
Maybe July. Let me have a look.
Because like I leave 28th of June and then I'm July 6th and July 12th.
July 6th.
So I'm on a Sunday and then a Saturday, which is pretty sick. Because the good thing is then is I'm on Sunday.
Do you have to do much travel?
Do I have to?
Yeah, in between.
No, I do Mr. Big Evolution. I think it's a Sunday, and then Monday I'm just gonna clean the tan off, do a little bit of food shopping, fucking what I gotta do, and then I fly out Tuesday. It's only 2.5 hours to Amsterdam. So on Tuesday it's just a short. It's like going here to Melbourne.
Oh,
So
sweet.
yeah, I'll just go Portugal, Amsterdam, and then straight to my Airbnb, and I'm settled in straight away.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this year Chicago's 17th, 19th of July. So it'll be
Okay.
the week, Tampa will be the end of July, Texas will be the start of August.
Yeah.
yeah. So end of July. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I think
But
I'll
that's
look.
not even 52 weeks yet away.
Mm.
So
I
we're
think
still
I'll look at the calendar. I wouldn't mind doing something more around the Olympia,
Mm.
September,
yeah.
October,
That's
something around
Legions. You can do Legions, but that qualifies you for next year, the Olympia after.
there. I don't think I'm going to win, but it's more like I'd like to do American shows and go watch the Olympia again in
Yeah.
one trip.
Yeah.
Because Legions, that's what Brett Wilkins won. Then he's qualified for this Olympia.
And Logan went in Legion.
Yeah. And you get the Marvel trophies. It's all Legions
They're
all
on
like Marvel
Marvel.
character based.
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, Legions looks good. It's a full weekend. And they've got like powerlifting. It's like they got. I think they even got esports or something. Like it's a whole like weekend of stuff.
Like,
Legions,
what's it
Legion
called?
Sports Festival.
Legion Sports Festival.
Where's that?
It's got everything in it.
Where?
I think it's. I'm not sure. To be honest with you.
It's too many shows.
I think it's West Coast side.
The the I'll look that up after the Euro Muscle Show. The Amsterdam one's got Lee Priest, Kevin Levrone, and who's the old world's strongest man? Fucking
Eddie Hall.
Eddie Hall. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Wait up.
first time I
Somebody's
meet
fucking just the tick. Somebody's banging like shit at the door.
shit, but me Lee Priest and one back at the KFC.
Did you really eat that KFC?
Yeah, he still goes for like 3 hour walks now, so he can eat it.
Does
He's
he?
like, I'll go for a 3 hour walk and go get KFC. He lives in Sydney. He's going for a walk.
How many questions?
This is the last one.
What's that? Girls to look out for season C. Oh gosh.
Mm. Everyone, you need to ask more questions. We're here to help. Just future reference.
But no, I can fix that. I can fix that.
Yeah, he's like, I can fix that after we just talked about breaking stuff.
No, well, every time I come home, there's just leave on the chair at the back.
Yeah, no, like, I'm not, yeah, the one is.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I mean.
You're carrying on. Yeah, so anyway, questions in future, get them in. That's why we do the anonymous link. Or you can also comment on YouTube. So comment on this podcast for questions next week, because I'll go through and read them, all the comments. So the more questions you have,
All
the more
right, sorry guys.
That's all right. We just talking about some broken door handle. While you were literally just talking about, it's broken. Don't worry about it.
Oh fuck! And did anyone send any questions?
No, we just had they're all crappy. We just had one that they asked us about any good girls doing season C for any divisions.
I spoke to Tamron, the
Yeah.
physique girl. She's doing a C again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So apparently at the moment there's 4 girls locked in. We'll see for nationals. So that if one more gets in, that'd be cool. Because
I don't
what,
know.
5?
I don't know anyone doing bikini yet.
I don't know. I think it's a bit too early.
Yeah.
I know that Tamron's doing it because she missed out in season A.
Yes.
What did she miss out?
Because there was only 2 physique competitors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so straight away off the bat, she's like, "Well, I need to do season C."
Mm.
Whereas,
She could have went overseas.
Well, that's what I said to her hubby.
yeah, some people
I
might
said-
have the money.
I
Even
said,
state
"Guys,
leagues.
no, she's got this thing. It's just a self-imposed thing." She's like, "No, I don't want to go overseas until I'm a pro." And I'm like, "Well, go and do the amateur show and then compete
Yeah.
as a pro the next day." Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like she's got enough muscle to,
Yeah.
you know. So, I did get asked one. Love to hear everyone's take on insulin in bodybuilding and how they feel like it affects their growth, recovery, etc. and dosage amounts each guy takes and the comparisons.
That's very in-depth. That's a good
It
question.
is. It's a
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but my general rule of thumb is you use insulin, to adjust it to the diet. You don't fit the diet to the insulin amount. So it's always, okay, your carbs are getting high, 1,000 grams of carbs. Maybe let's do the insulin to take some stress off the pancreas. It's not, oh, let's run 100 units of insulin, so you're going to need X amount of carbs. It's not that way.
that's the way 99% of people do it. They get it for fucking $50 a pen, and they're like, well, how much do I take? I'll take 10 LU pre and post. And then they go hypo and they figure out the
Yeah.
rest later. And by the time you're hypo, the amount of ghrelin that's released, you can eat fucking 6,000 calories in one meal.
Mm.
Like, and then, insulin made me fat. It's like, well, it wasn't to do with those fucking 6,000 calorie meals. You did 6 days a week because you took 10 IU of insulin when your body could, you don't even do a diet properly. You're eating 400 grams of carbs. Your body could just release enough insulin for that. And then slam another 10 exogenous in, and you wonder what the fuck's going to happen. First, you've got to eat enough to surpass your natural expression of insulin, and then deal with another fucking 100 grams of carbs with the exogenous that's in. But I'm like you. I'd rather push food till appetite's maxed.
Yeah.
And then I'd run a few glucose monitors and that, and see if I'm still running like 5.6, 5.7, then I won't touch it.
Yeah.
But if I wake up one morning and it's like 6.1 or something, I'll go, all right, I'm going to check it a few mornings in a row now and see. And if
So
it's
just to
backing up
clarify,
like that,
just to clarify for the listeners, you're talking about blood glucose levels.
yes, yeah. So if I get that and it's like 3 or 4 mornings in a row now, and it's like over 6, then yeah, I'll start with 5 IU and just see if that brings it down. And usually that's all I've ever got to is just 5 IU of long acting.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I get my like fast and buggies just goes higher when I'm running high GH. It just my insulin sensitivity doesn't go well. So it's like you said, as soon as I hit over that as soon as I start 5.8, I'm like, oh, I'm watching it now. And then as soon as it hits over 6, I'm like, yep, Lantis.
Yeah. Well, to get to that question then, how do you feel it affects muscle growth and recovery?
I think it only affects muscle growth, obviously indirectly, because it allows you to eat more food, and it shuttles it better. Obviously, it's going to store some as fat, so because it's storing, it allows you to be more hungry because it's storing quicker. So it's only an indirect muscle growth.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, even though it's extremely anabolic, it's also extremely inflammatory.
Yeah,
So you got to be careful of those things.
and storing fat as well.
As far as recovery,
It's not really going to help that, I reckon.
yeah, I mean, look, like you say, indirectly, perhaps having more fuel in the muscle
Yeah,
can help it recover quickly, but it really isn't what it's hyped up to be. And one of the things I say to people, like, if you've got 100-seat cinema, that's the size of your muscle. It can hold 100 fucking people in it. Like, all the insulin is taxi drivers to bring people to the cinema. Bring people to the cinema. You can't sit there and go, well, all right, we've got 10 cars going to and from. The cinema's full. Let's send 20 cars out and bring more.
Yeah.
Well, the cinema's full. Like, your muscle capacity can only withhold its capacity.
Yeah.
So, that's why I don't mind going like, well, all right, I'd rather be slightly over and at least know I'm past, like I'm at what my body can handle with its own insulin response. If that might be 560 grams of carbs, I'd rather eat 600 and just have 3 IU of insulin.
Yeah.
And know that I'm at least surpassing, you know. And if a little bit goes on as fat, at least it's only slow. But also, if after 6 weeks that little bit of extra is not being stored or utilized, well, just pull it out, drop the food back just for a week or 2.
Yeah.
It's out the excess and off you go. So I'm not big on it for being good for skeletal tissue growth. I'm not a big supporter of it, but I'm like you, like I do think there's a place for people who are trying to be extreme, because you do want to make sure you're at least eating as much as what the body can handle on its own, and then just a pinch over just in case.
Yeah. And like that's a good analogy with the cinema. Like say, you have a double door to get in a cinema, but imagine there is no door. People can just walk 100 people straight in. That's basically insulin. They'll just
Yeah.
100 people sit straight in. But say you do the wrong thing where you just eat enough carbs because you're taking insulin. You'll get, say you got 200 people rock up, 100 people can walk in. All the other 100 people just have to flood into other cinemas, which we'll
Wait
call
outside.
fat storage. And then, so that's why if you're eating, like you said, say you're eating 560, you can either eat the 600, there may only be a chance of 102 people rocking up. So only 2 people are going to go into the fat storage room. And that's why you should only, okay, I'm getting to this many carbs, my blood sugar's getting high, I need to add that extra whatever IU to get those people in there faster or store less.
And the thing is, like, insulin does help and stimulate bile release as well, which does help with the digestion of fat a little bit. But that's why it's important when you are using insulin to follow your plan. And if that is at 80 grams of fat or 90 grams of fat, and that's what your body's bile response is accustomed to, because it's not like bile response isn't immediate like insulin. If you have no carbs for 6 weeks and then you eat carbs today, insulin sensitivity, everything. If you eat no fat for 6 weeks and then high fat today, you won't even, you just shit yellow diarrhea tomorrow. Like you won't even break it down, digest it. The whole bile response takes time to build up to what is being a repeated intake of fat. So so if say on my plan, I'm going to try and eat say 70 grams of fat in the off season. If I go up to 75 or 80, then maybe that insulin will spike enough bile response to just take care of that little bit of extra fat. But if it doesn't, well, now it's a nutrient shuttler, not just a carb shuttler. So if all of a sudden I eat 110 grams of fat, the insulin will help just send that extra 40 grams straight towards fat. It's easy. You're already fat. That's a job done. No worries.
And people know, like, if you eat fat, fat always has to store as fat before it can do anything.
If you can't use it as fuel, it gets sent straight there. Straight there.
But in saying that though, if you're eating in your calories, like if your carbs and fat, or if you're eating your protein and you have to eat 3,000 calories, your carbs and fat ratio does not sort of matter, because if you're burning off that 3,000 a day, you still use that as fuel. It's when you're in a surplus that the extra fat will
If
get
you're
stored.
eating maintenance or less, 100%, the ratio can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. But then what's your thought? Because I totally disagree, but that's only because I've never had anyone explain it in a true way that makes sense. It's completely why I disagree with fat loading before a comp.
Oh, here we go.
So
Hello.
I literally talked to Cam about this last week.
Yes.
Because I said I was
This-
saying I don't believe in it either. Because I'm like,
No, okay.
no, it's not that I don't believe in it.
No,
I don't like that method, because to me, like after learning biology, I noticed fat has to be stored as fat.
Yeah,
so
how can it be effective?
I know their muscles do store triglycerides to an extent, but it's very it's marginal, because the human body doesn't need much fat, especially if we're on enhanced. But I don't why not rather when you're carb loading, because people have like 3 grams of fat, but just put an extra little bit of fat in there, like 10 grams of fat for each meal, because not only you run through carbs when you're carbing up, so just to help that stick just that little bit, 10 grams of carbs meal, that's already 60 grams of fats for the day. That's plenty.
100%.
I don't know the fat load.
Again, look, you've just eaten 45 grams of fat for 16 weeks straight.
Yeah.
45 grams of fat a day, and then you want to pile 160 in today. It's like, I'll tell you what's going to happen to 115 of those.
Yeah.
Your yellow diarrhea tomorrow.
Yeah. I believe in it's just like, I'm not even counting those as calories. The fats are just added to the meal to make sure you uptake those carbs.
I'm big on that too. Like, say I'm used to 45 for the last 16 weeks. Then on those carb load days, have 60, have an extra 15. Your body doesn't only create exactly the right amount of bile based on the amount of grams you've eaten. It's got some excess there.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that. I just think to help them stick and to help create that bit more fullness and stuff, have just a little bit extra in those load meals. And but as far as having a fat load day,
we need to get a coach on that does fat load.
Yeah, Tyler Crabtree and Dean do them, I think. But like, as Cam's argument was, you can stay at maintenance, but having the fat intake high with still low carb to stay depleted. But I'm like, I don't know. I'd just rather keep with the low fats and just
Well, I mean, yeah, look, that they're right that the muscle's not going to get as full, but then what's the purpose of?
yeah. See, I don't know. I'd rather just if you front load and carb up, or whether regardless of your fat load, or say you do need a day of maintenance, just have extra carbs.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and this is why I haven't had anyone give a real explanation where I'm going,
No, that's right.
yeah, fuck, because like that, it's like, hey, you can eat at maintenance and not fill up, and like, then why eat at maintenance?
Yeah,
If we're not filling up,
yeah.
I'm not sure the purpose
Yeah.
of it. And if I could have someone break it down in a way that would be either something cool to learn,
Yeah.
or you're proven to just keep thinking along your own ways and go, look,
Yeah.
even though what you're saying is starting to make sense, I don't completely get it myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep sticking to what I know best and what I know responds well with people. And I can watch for these indicators and I know whether to feed you more or less if I do that way. If I do that way, I feel like I'll get lost,
Mm.
So, yeah, I haven't had anyone break down a real good actual reason yet.
Mm.
But I know
Yeah.
quite a lot do. I think who coaches Little Miles? What's his Tim McKinnon? I know he's fat loaded quite a few guys before, and I know quite a few people are doing it, but I'm not sure if
Maybe
people.
specific divisions you could fat load, like you could fat load for bikini or wellness, but
Well, I
maybe
pretty
the
much
bodybuilding divisions.
for the girls
Ah.
like try and keep the fats almost at like 0.75, 0.85 grams of fat all the way through prep, but I lower it slightly just on the high days.
Yeah.
So down to say
Yeah.
0.6.
Like you were saying before at the start, talking about coaches. Well, I think we didn't record that part, but girls are always going to try to be on higher fats than men because they're on less drugs. They got more hormones to worry about. They're always their fats stay a lot higher than men.
And I want like over half of their fats from their protein sources.
Yeah.
I don't want them eating chicken, egg whites, protein shakes, and then just nut butters and avocado. It's like,
Some red meat and stuff.
that's good. Yeah, get some red meat in, get some
Whole
salmon, get
eggs.
some eggs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want the cholesterol in there
The
because
hormones.
even if what about Anavar? It's like, well, Anavar doesn't raise testosterone on
Yeah.
a blood test. So what's your argument? Like, it's not. And bikini girls, I don't like going over 5 milligrams 5 days a week, Like, so that's not going to be fucking your blood charts up to where you're so juicy you can eat like
But
that.
20 meg Australia Anavar probably is 5 meg.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, well, they're not as strong here, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
So
fuck. I remember I told you the D-bowls back in the day, and I got to 10 a day for like 2 or 3 days straight. And like they were old school fucking. I should have probably stuck at 2 a day. Like, but, oh fuck.
I remember back in the day, back when you could get it, maybe this is before this house was built, would have been like maybe a year, 2 years on the cycle, and I had someone got me methyl tren, the oral tren.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
God. Fuck, that shit was real because I swear I've never sweat more in my life. It literally looked like someone dumped a bucket of water on me every night.
Yeah.
The bed was soaked, and I couldn't sleep. I had like insomnia. I watched the whole Yu-Gi-Oh series again. I remember, and after week 3, because I'm like, oh, at least I was just back then you deal with anything. I'm like, it's adding me muscle. But by week 3, I felt so drained and fatigued waking up, and my liver hurt. So I stopped, and then like within a week I was good.
But seriously, all the drugs back then, I got a bottle of stanozol from the vet, that brown bottle with the purple cap, and like I was like 63 kilos or something. And then I dieted for 13 weeks on just chicken and the whole like no carbs in
Yeah,
the afternoon and that. So you had oats and egg whites for breakfast, and then chicken, brown rice, and veg for 2 meals, and then
and bodybuilding
veg
shit.
for 2
Yeah.
meals. Old school. The only fats you're eating would have been what was in the oats
Yeah, and the
and a
chicken.
tablespoon of flaxseed oil a day.
Yeah,
So no fats, fuck all carbs. And I gained 5 kilos in that prep. I got on stage at 68.
yeah.
On
That's real,
Stanozol.
real drugs, man. That's pure. I swear they're so weak here. Like
Yeah.
real
And then
drugs.
that D-Bowl one was I got Sustanon and D-Bowl. So I only had enough money to get 2 boxes of Sus Snappies, so 6 vials, and 100 D-Bowls. So I figured out that the Sus Snappies would last me like 4 weeks or something because I got told to do one for 2 weeks and then go to two and then get some more. And I'm like, fuck, I've got no money. So I'm like, oh, well, the 4 or 5 weeks or whatever it went for, I thought, well, the D-Bowls can be done in that time.
Yeah.
So that's why I was taking like 6 a day and shit. Like, it was just fucking hell, man.
Walking around like a balloon.
Oh, yeah, because that was the year 2000. And
Yeah.
same thing, like that stuff, you're like leg pressing, like fucking, okay, I wouldn't have gone deep and everything like nowadays,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
better reps, but you're just, the
Strong.
fucking leg press is loaded. You got like 650 kilos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're invincible.
When
mate.
when
You're
I-
fucking invincible.
When I was in Thailand and I started my last prep, because I was eating like 2-4 over there, and I was on those Anadrol 50s there. I was gaining like 3 kilos a week. I was like, man, these Anadrol 50s, these ain't no joke. I've still got the picture of me when I was at the elephant. You remember that picture?
Fucking hell.
Every day we're not even eating our calories, and our weight is just going up and up.
This is the thing, like
We're not getting leaner, like we're full. We are full as fuck.
if we could get pharmaceutical test, pharmaceutical preno, pharmaceutical growth,
Yeah.
like constantly and affordable, fucking hell. You wouldn't need to have these numbers. Yes. Fridge.
No,
Fucking boom. That's
so
fucking
fluffy, so full.
yeah, you just wouldn't need to take 150 milligrams of test
you
and
don't,
600
no.
milligrams of primo.
Yeah.
You do half that.
Yeah.
And you'd be and you'd be healthier.
That's why I reckon as well, people that, coaches here that, we'll start on, 250 meg or whatever. I'm like, take that for granted. I'm like, that's why I think the minimum dose here is 500 because you probably are on like 300. You know what I mean? Like that's 2 mil. I'm like, I tell people normally to start at 2 mil. I'm like, that's what I got told when I started. I'm like 2 mil. Like, because if you're going to be on, you want to be on. You don't want to take it for, no results. I'm like, 500 is probably not really 500 without underground stuff.
I work on like 5 milligrams a kilo for someone's first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So depending on, like, some of these guys are 75 kilos.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, if we can hit 350 to 375 milligrams of whatever, and usually you can do that all as test with some guys, but I've had some guys start aromatizing after a mil.
Yeah, no, I'm the same as you though. I'll want to start on like that 350, but I just tell them take 500 because I know that probably will be 350. Yeah.
Young me didn't give a fuck. Young me, I was 19, year 2000, no education, no fucking social media, no nothing, and I was just like, more is better.
Yeah.
So I'm glad young me got a shoulder injury and didn't continue because he would have been jacked as hell, but something bad would have gone wrong. Something bad would have happened. Like, oh God, it wouldn't have been good for today's Sam. If that Sam was allowed to get away with that for 5 years, yeah.
I was actually thinking about that the other day about things that were meant to happen, and I'm like, I swear, like, because I never got any girl pregnant, which I'm still baffled by. But I'm like, the ones that I was never like full confident with, or the situation was there but it didn't happen. I'm like, I wonder if that did happen, that would have been that time I got knock someone up. Like that's why that didn't happen. Like, was that fate? I wasn't meant to have that kid. Sometimes I always think about it. But I hear stories in construction. These guys are knocked up girls. Heaps of them. That been paying child support since they're 20. And I'm like, man, I'm so glad that never happened to me. But I'm like, I risked it.
I'm very thankful that I never had any accidental ones. That's for sure. Because that's just glad it didn't happen. Glad it didn't happen. There's lots of things you look at, like just even like the party era through my 20s and stuff, and DJing and all that through those years. Like those years is just, you're a complete loser. You think you're the man, partying and fucking girls, and I'm a DJ. You're a fucking cockhead. That's what you are. Like, you're fucking just living on pingers every weekend and just like, it's fucking. But like now I've done that. Like I know what I'm missing out on, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I guess when people now like, hey, you want to come out here and do this? It's just like I just nah.
Yeah.
So I'll come out for a day session with you, but by 6 o'clock at night, I'm at home in my
Yeah.
pajamas, fucking eating dinner. Like I'm good. I want to go out for lunch and have a drink and come home early. Like it's
Yeah.
I've been there. That like the raves used to start at 11 at night and go till fucking lunchtime the next day. Like this day festival thing where they're charging $300 a ticket to listen to fucking R&B. Like, sorry,
Mm.
man, I can't get up for
It's
that.
like what we were talking about before when we started, and like with the age and experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we've been there, like we know what to miss out on. Like some people kid be like, oh, it's the end of the world if I don't go to this festival, or whatever. And we're like, we've been through that. And it's like, trust me,
Yeah,
life's gonna keep going.
yeah. It's
You gotta
actually
run it.
fine, you know. You learn that it's okay, and then you can't go to them again. You look, you're like, man, a day out there is going to be $1,000 minimum. You're like, I've got way better things to spend $1,000 on,
Yeah.
like these
Yeah.
competitions and shit. You
Not only
know,
that, but we need new socks and jocks.
yeah. You jocks, I get
Yeah.
the
When you're a kid, your nana or something buys you all that stuff, and then as you get older, you're like, shit, I actually needed
I need
that.
socks and jocks.
I actually need socks and jocks. They were good presents.
We had an orphans Christmas, and that's what friends said. They're like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said, "Look, honestly, some fucking socks and jocks are all right."
Yeah.
They're like, "You serious?" I said, "Yeah." Just came up, bangers, I'm good, and I got
It's
some
like
socks. Some
it's like
jocks.
those
Yeah,
reels for older people. You know, you're getting old when like your dishwashing detergent's on special or something, and you're happy about
Yes.
it.
Yes, you stock up and you're
yeah.
happy.
And you
Yeah.
get like a new air
Exactly.
fryer, or a new pair of tongs, or something, or new
Yeah.
pans for the kitchen. I get new pan. Oh fuck yeah, this is bad.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a new pan like when you start prep.
Fuck, I did, but I've got to get a new one tomorrow when I go watch a movie.
Yeah.
This one's getting all fucked out. I went and bought like those Analon pans. You just heard of Analon?
Yeah.
They're like fucking
Yeah.
lifetime warranty. Pans worth like $300. Lasted the same amount of time as a fucking Kmart one.
I
Yeah.
And
just
now
buy
I didn't have the receipt. And so it's like, this is fucking useless.
last time we bought that stone one at Woolies,
Yeah.
that's lasted for ages. And that was cheap.
Really?
For
How long
Woolies
you
or
had
no?
that?
No, that was from Woolies, I'm pretty sure. When I bought it. Because I bought a backup one. Because we used to get the is it Tefal or Tefal, however you say it? We used to get that one, the non-stick one, but it just sticks anyway. Unless real chefs cook with fat and butter and oil. We don't do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we ain't got all that good shit.
we always fuck up the non-stick.
Yeah, yeah.
You can only do so good. So long.
Yeah.
6 months is like the max that normally a pan lasts
In our house.
in our house.
Yeah.
I reckon I get about that. Yeah, 5 to
Yeah.
6
Maybe a
months.
bit
Yeah.
longer. Yeah.
Depends what you're in and how much you're cooking, what phase.
Yeah, used to be using it where it's just me, like kids. Yeah, I reckon I get about 5 to 6 months out of a Kmart banger for $25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've still got that Analon one because it's like, look, say I just push a Kmart one too far, I'll get that out and use it again. But
Yeah.
it's not that good. And I did the same thing. I bought a wok worth like $300 fucking dollars. It's stuck on its first fucking cook.
Yeah. Because my brother used to date a chef once, and she's like, "Oh, the best pans are stainless steel, motherfucker. Those shit, that's so hard to cook with. Fuck off stainless steel. You got to be professional. You got to have the right temperatures for stuff to not stick. It's way too hard. Same as cast iron. Cast iron pans, too heavy, too much, too hot. You have to have it hot to not stick. For bodybuilders, we need the most simplest shit. It's basic.
Shit.
Yeah.
Kmart pans,
Yeah,
boom,
carry on,
fucking
man.
gold.
Or
I
go to you pull it and cut a bit of metal off the car. There you go. That's a pan.
Yeah, you pull it.
Just
Chrysler Road. I had that street sign for fucking 10 years. I stole that.
touching back on the insulin, dosaging wise, we didn't touch on that because I think you said dosage as well. Generally, I start Landis at like 1 IU per kilo. Sorry, 1 IU per 10 kilos. So if you're 100 kilo,
I was going to say
if you're 100 kilo, 10 IU Lantus
Oh, okay.
as a
Yeah,
minimum.
right.
That's as a minimum. So if I'm going to implement it, the starting dose would be, so 80 kilo person will start at 8 IU.
Yeah. I with my dosing, I haven't
Not
ever put a
gradually.
client on it.
No, because that's as a minimum. You want to run that to assist.
For me, because I haven't used it on a client yet. I haven't had a need to, but look, I would gladly if it came up. But for me personally, like we said earlier, I'll wait till my food's at my max, and then I'll check blood sugars like every day for 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And if it's consistently say 6 or above, I'll just put 5 IU in of Lantus and let that eat the same food, and then a week later do 2 or 3 days in a row and see, all right, 6.1 down to 5.8. You're like, all right, I might take 7 IU a day just to cover it, and we're all good.
Yeah, okay.
So I just sort of run a little tester amount of 5 IU and then recheck again later and see. But that's me. But again, when it comes to insulin, I'm very mild, with it. Where I know there's other people who think a lot more hardcore about it. And that would be a different conversation. But yeah, for me, I'm very mild with it. And when it comes to fast acting, I'm never gone over 2 IU.
Okay.
2 IU pre-workout. Even then I go hypo. I've eaten like 200 grams of carbs pre-workout and taken 2 IU and I've gone hypo.
Yeah.
So I don't think I haven't found a good place for fast acting for me yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't use fast, but I use Novolin R, which is only still half an hour to 45. So
Is that the orange pen?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I've got.
Yeah, so I'll use that. The minimum I do that is normally 5 IU because if I'm eating that many carbs, I wouldn't do a lot of things. But say I'd start at 5 IU pre and post with my 10 IU Lantus.
See, I've only ever done the pre. I've never taken it post.
But my rule of thumb is as well that say per IU you have to have at least, to be safe. I tell people that aren't coached by me, as a rule of thumb, if you're having 100 grams of carbs, it's fine to have 10 IU. But that's being extremely safe. You should not crash on that because that's what I learned in clinical setting. And then
but your
more
body
people that are better at managing it. I'm just talking about in sense of what dose of insulin can match to what carbs if you want to fully shuttle it.
Yeah, but it's like you have to be aware you're already capable of dealing with X amount, and that number's unknown. You might be able to consume 150 grams of carbs all on your own. So now you eat 200 and take 10 IU, you've got 5 IU too many.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, so say you were having 100 carbs before gym, and now you're fine on that, but now you're eating 200. I don't know how to adjust the insulin to that extra 100 you've added.
Yeah, but how do you know that 100 you were eating was your maximum? You couldn't have handled
Because I don't implement insulin until you're at an appetite wall. So
full.
say you're full, and then okay, I'm going to up meals, and say we up like the pre-workout meal up 50 carbs. That's when I put the 5 IU rapid in because I know he's already full.
Yeah, right. See,
This one is very meticulous though. Like he knows his body inside and out. So that obviously doesn't apply to everybody here.
Because for me that wouldn't work. Personally, it wouldn't.
Yeah, you got to adjust it. But in a clinical setting, I say a diabetic, right? If they ate 100 grams of carbs, they'd be instructed to take 10 IU.
Yes, but they have no insulin present to be allowed for. Where for me, like I was eating, say, like 120 or something like that. So I put in 2 IU of insulin, ate 160 and went hypo. So clearly I could deal with even 160. I didn't know what my magical top marker was. Yeah. So I kept some lolly snakes on me. But again, that's the thing too, is I'm very aware of the very early indicators that I'm going to be hypo in half hour's time. That's the thing. Then you get your snakes in now and you beat it.
Yeah.
Most people wait until the lips are blue and tingly. It's like, all right, you're going
the first sign for me is generally a little bit of blurred vision, dizziness, followed by I start getting real hot.
Oh no, I'm before that. I get the sweaty palms.
Yes.
The heart palpitations. And
I don't get that.
I definitely do not. I feel crook as guts.
I just get real hot.
And I start to get real hazy.
Yeah.
I get hot and dizzy.
And hazy.
Then I get cold after hot.
Yeah, that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You see that Dr. Tony Huge?
Yeah.
And he just he goes and sits at the sushi place and they all inject insulin and wait till they're about to go hypo and then just eat like fucking 50 plates of sushi.
That is so dangerous.
It's fun. It's called a game.
Is so dangerous.
It's called a game, mate.
Fuck, they eat 10,000 calories. Because they had a full insulin syringe. So they're probably doing 10 IU.
Yeah.
Waiting till they go hypo and then eating is like.
And that was probably rapid. Like
yes,
rapid.
It would have been, because they were in the restaurant doing it.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the fucking sushi.
It's funny as well because
okay, that is so dangerous. We definitely do not.
We do not. No, we're talking to Tony Hughes is a fucking retard.
Yeah,
so do not.
Actually, he's gone quiet now. He doesn't post a lot of stuff anymore.
Oh, he's finally caught on that the world thinks he's a knob.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're going to use insulin, definitely just be cautious and make sure someone's around you.
Make sure you're,
Yeah,
I
if you're going to go hypo, you don't have to eat this kitchen sink. A couple of lollies is going to bring you back.
Stay low. So that's what I always say to people. Just start low.
Yeah.
Start low. So it's okay to find out you haven't got enough and you're gaining fat a bit faster because you couldn't shuttle the extra. That's we can cut fat off. You can go back to maintenance for a week and lose that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But start low and don't expect it's not a driver of skeletal tissue. It's not a very good driver of skeletal tissue. So don't expect to get huge. This is for people who are probably already surpassed what their genetic capabilities were.
We're talking intermediates,
Yeah.
like
People that have
absolutely.
probably competed, done a few shows.
Yeah.
You would at least want to be 3 or 4 seasons deep.
Yeah.
Because like you said, by then you're at least 10 or 12 kilos of actual tissue above where you started.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of muscle for a human body to grow. You know, so anyone trying to surpass that, it's part of the conversation. Some people's appetites can handle it, blood sugar can handle it. Other people not so much, you know. So it's case dependent, but start low. You can always add another IU and another IU later, you know.
And like people need to understand, like 1 IU actually is a lot. Like it's more than you think. It's not just like 5, 10, 15, 20. It is like you said, 1 IU increments.
Yeah. And then like you touched on before, it's like when you're going hypo, if you know that, like you said, you were eating 100 and now you're eating 200 and you put in say 6 or 7 IU just to see, and you started going hypo, you don't need 2,500 calories, you know, 30, 40 grams of sugar, so 60, 80 grams of like lollies or a bit of soft drink or something like that, and just sit down and wait. Just stop your session. If you're doing it training, stop what you're doing, allow half hour, allow that sugar to go in and you'll actually be fine.
Yeah.
But if you allow that hypo to drag on, you will eat thousands of calories above your day's target, let alone. So yeah, and just if you are taking it, always just feel for anything like you say, the sweaty palms, the hazy vision, the cold sweats. Like if anything's unusual, just
But you will know. You 100%
you should know. You should know something's
Because
off.
if you've actually taken insulin and this is your first time and you're just making, you would know.
Yeah.
Look, the first time I did it, I didn't have any direction.
Unless you can.
It was just like 2 to 3 IU pre-workout. And so I upped the carbs, did it, and then I come home from training and I was at home and I just started feeling different. And then I just got hungry. So I just started, as I was making my next meal, I just started pounding down rice cakes and fucking then just adding more, decided this salad bowl of food, and I'd already been eating while I was making it. I didn't know these indicators. That was 2019. So where now, thankfully, we've made these mistakes. Again, experience. We've made these mistakes. So it's like, hey, yeah, if anything feels different, get a little bit, just make the assumption that you're about to go hypo. You're better off doing that and adding 30, 40 grams of carbs now than waiting till you get to a point where ghrelin takes over and you pound fucking 3,000 calories.
Because like you said, it's not an anabolic. Like IGF-1 and insulin like receptor, like it all helps, but like I said, it's only going to grow by helping you eat more. And it's more anabolic if you're having it with GH, because you can create that artificial window of insulin and GH at the same time. It doesn't happen naturally.
What's your knowledge on IGF-1? Like taking it as exogenous?
All the stuff I've read to actually get, like, if you're talking about IGF-1, like LR3, or Increlex or something, it's just too expensive. Like the amount you have to run to get anything from it, you can get more just by running. You can get those same gains by running growth and oil. Like,
this is what I'm trying to decipher. Is there really any difference? Are they both doing the same thing?
Yeah, from what I've read, everyone that I know is taking it is like, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
I'd rather just take a bit more, take a bit, maybe extra 2 IUGH or something. It's because it's probably as expensive as running 5 IUGH.
Because that's what I kept, like, That's what I was finding reading about it. I'm like, wait a minute, they're doing the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
if I was to take growth and IGF, am I just taking double of the same, like,
Well, growth,
pathway sort of?
Okay.
they're a little bit different because IGF-1 is only running upping your IGF, whereas growth is going to have a lot of other processes downstream as well.
Yeah,
Growth is a lot. It's like growth's an umbrella. It's going to cover a lot more
a
rather
lot
than
more
just IGF
recovery
is
and
like the
health and
handle.
everything, for
Yeah,
sure.
IGF's just like the handle of the umbrella, whereas growth
Yeah,
going to encompass more.
yeah. See,
Still, it still will. Growth still increases IGF-1 anyway.
yeah.
That's why level of insulin because generally when the body releases GH, you're normally in a fasted state, and that's when your insulin's high. So
Yeah.
that's why if you can never have high GH with high insulin in the body, that just doesn't happen. But that when you do it exogenously, we can pin insulin and GH, that creates an anabolic environment.
Well, this is cool. So that was all my understanding and how I sort of seen it. And I just wanted to make sure I'm like, if I hear the same thing back, I'll feel good about what I've understood about it so far. So that's good.
Yeah,
That's
in
good.
in theory, you should have you growth peaks in say 3 hours, um, around 3 hour mark. So insulin, there's 45 to 6 hours that Noval and pens we use. So if you had, post workout insulin with your GH shot in 3 hours, you're gonna be hyper anabolic. All that food's gonna get soaked up.
Fuck. I don't know, mate. Look, obviously, because this off season I want to push food properly.
Mm.
I will explore the idea of having a long acting insulin in again. But again, as everyone would have heard here, it's minor dose. And look, I might even put some information out there and say, hey, once I got to 4,700 calories and 600 grams of carbs a day, that's when my blood glucose stopped being 5.6. Now it's 6.2. So I'm going to start at this level and I'm going to monitor in 4 or 5 days' time and see and just give, because a lot of people, you sit there and you say, oh, I do 5 growth. Bullshit, he's doing 10.
Mm.
You can't just say it. You have
Yeah.
to show like the process because people just won't believe you.
Mm.
So like maybe it'd be good to put some information out and say, hey, like here's literally what I'm doing. Good, like when I talked about that kid that started that was doing like fucking grams of fucking gear,
Yeah.
like he was 16
Yeah.
and it's near on 2 grams of gear or something he was on because the big
Never
guy at the gym said
doing
that's what you do, and he's like, oh, cool, that's what they must be doing because it's already in their head that that's what we're
Yeah.
doing, you know.
Yeah,
So
the only reason we're on like 1.82 grams of gear is because we've done 500, 700, 900, 1100. We've done all that, and that's our next escalation.
well, that was it. That for me, I was always willing to uh, take the risk with up to 15 megs per kilo.
Yeah.
So 1.5 grams total was always an acceptable risk. But now it's actually, I've just dropped it for this prep. So now instead of doing a shot every day, I just do a shot on training days. So just 5 days a week, same amount per shot. So now it's about what, 1.1 or 1.2 or something like that. Because now the receptors are full, everything's good for the last 6 weeks.
I feel like once I reckon every season, every prep, every off season, it's all different. You just got to find that amount that gives you the best stimulus, but also doesn't cause that enough inflammation because I feel like there's always that bell curve where you get to that perfect amount. You're like, what, where I'm sitting now, the food's going down well, I'm recovering well, and all that. There's no point changing that because sometimes you can go more thinking you're going to grow more. Your appetite's going to go to shit. Your body's going to get inflamed. So there's that curve that you take that, you find that spot. Because I've had off seasons where I've ran 3.6, but then I've had another one where I've run 2.4 and I grow just as much.
Well, that was the point I was
That was
literally going to make.
Exactly. Why would you waste your money?
It's like, I think last time when I prepped, I had a long health phase and everything. 1.5 grams worked well.
Yeah.
Where this time, short health phase, little off season, everything, it seemed like too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I dialed it back a bit, and now I feel really, really clear headed,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. So yeah, it's not a everything is everything's case dependent.
Yeah.
Even you.
Yeah.
In a relationship, your body will will respond in a certain mindset versus if you were single, you would have a different mindset. Your body will respond different. So
Mm.
have markers, have memories of what you've done before, but always be pliable with that.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I had a client the other day, he's like,
That's my one. Tracking data, so important.
it matters.
Oh, it does matter.
It fucking matters.
Mm.
You know, go back to that old number. That's fine. I went
Reflect on later on.
I went back to 1.5 grams again. Like, go back to that number, it's fine. But then evaluate. Do your bloods. And then I looked and like uric acid was getting high, kidneys were getting lower, fucking creatinine, creatine kinase, everything like, and I'm going, okay. But then I look at LDA, LD and CRP and all that. So actual muscle inflammation was low, but everything that was saying the kidneys was not working as efficient to clear muscle waste was high. So you're like, oh, okay. It's not muscle waste. What is it? So lowered the gear, changed everything over to white meat, did another blood test yesterday, got the blood test back today, and all the numbers are trending back.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to, again, if you just said, well, I did 1.5 grams last time, so I'll do 1.5 grams this time. Oh, fuck it, actually 1.75. But your body's responding different this time, thanks to close seasons and everything like that. Yeah.
You're leaner, you know, even different the body fat percentage makes drugs different.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at
I've learned,
15% or above.
I used to be that person. I've got to do more this off season, but again, experience.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. We tried it.
You'll fucking up your estrogen in the same process like a motherfucker.
And like you said, like I'm bigger now. I'm leaner now. Like I can take the same gear, and because I'm leaner, because it's harder to hold more fat, because I have more muscle, I'm using the same amount of gear, but effectively it's more because I'm getting more of it. Less is converting to estrogen. I'm leaner. It's the same amount, but in a different.
Your effective dose is more now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, there's a lot of information for people there, but I think the big thing is like you said, once upon a time, we did 1 mil a week for a cycle.
Yeah.
You know, and then as we got bigger, as the competition got steeper, as we realized, I can't wait for the next time I compete. And you're like, oh, I'm actually going to keep doing this for a bit. Our accepted risk grew with that. But as our accepted risk grew, the amount of like responsibility we took with blood, like I'd do my bloods like 10 times a year. Over a prep, I might do my bloods 5 or 6 times, you know, like, and then over the off season, 2 or 3. You know, like it's like the way we monitor things now to make sure that, okay, I've got an accepted risk. Doesn't mean you throw all caution to the wind and do that. It's like, look, it's an accepted risk. I'm willing to push it. So I don't mind numbers being red, but then there's numbers outside of them that I can't pass.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
calculated risks.
Yeah, that's right. And that was it. I was just seeing things trending a certain way, and that was enough for me. I just said, all right, well, you're trending downward spiral. Let's lower gear. Let's do this, because then I won't be a pro in 5 years if I just let it keep going. You know, and that's a deal breaker for me. I do want to have reached that goal of trying to be 100 kilo on stage, you know, and there's only one way I can make that happen is you've got to be healthy for 5 years or more.
Have to.
And another thing people need to understand is you can't, like we're talking about feeling optimal so your body works well. Like obviously in a prep, take a bit less gear, you start feeling better, you lose more fat. In off season, you take less gear, you're going to gain more muscle because you're less inflamed, your body responds. But there is also a context of you can't always feel comfortable. You know, like if you're growing, there still has to be some kind of uncomfortability. I feel fine here. This is good. I'm like, that doesn't mean you're growing. Sometimes there has to be some form of uncomfortableness.
We have to, again, there are some numbers that have got to be in the red. Like you've got a drag car has to red line what they're doing, you know, to run a faster time. Like we do have to accept that we do have to enter the red bracket somewhat.
Yeah. Like
if you're not anywhere in the red bracket, you're most likely going to stay the same.
Like you are going to have to push a few meals down. You are maybe have to, you know, deal with a full belly and being a bit bloated sometimes. Like there's just things you have to do because at the end of the day, your body doesn't want to put that muscle on. You have to be like, no, we're putting it on.
Well, there is a certain amount it wants to put on, and that's natties who can grow for say 3 or 4 years, and then you can do all the off seasons and cuts and bulks and cuts and bulks and they'll be the same for 10 years straight. You know, once Etsu surpass that,
Mm.
you've got work to do.
Because
You
even
know?
just like I've noticed now this off season, last off season I ate 5,000 to gain, like my majority of my off season. This off season I'm mini cutting now on 5.2, and it's like that's ridiculous. Like I've lost 7 kilos eating that much. And my thyroid came back. It's the highest I've been. I was like 4, which is like on the
Yeah.
verge of hypothyroidism. Like my body's just running through it.
My thyroid's really good in the off season with the
Yeah.
extra food. Seems to pump along
Crazy.
really well. Yeah, and it
I'm talking
lowers
about
when I'm
this.
fucking dieting. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe how high it was. I've never seen that. How much? Fuck, man, I've never chewed through this amount of food, and I'm not doing any cardio. I'm trying to hit 8,000 steps. I'm doing lower volume training, and it's just melting. I'm like, what? How? I've never eaten this 850 carbs. That used to be like peak off season.
That's a lot
Now
of
it's like
fucking
maintenance.
I'm gonna have to get going.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
thanks.
so do we.
It's good to
we
catch up
we
with
got
you guys.
dinner.
So,
That
but
was
good to see you.
yeah, good to see you.
Likewise.
That was a good
Likewise.
chat though. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
into it. Okay. Oh yeah, and last thing, I filmed all of today's session with Viet and did some talking and everything. So I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna make a YouTube episode.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
cool.
Yeah, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Well,
And that,
when
so-
let me know your YouTube link, and I'll put it in the description as well.
Perfect. We'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Nice. Take it easy.
Let's take.